Dear Vice President of the Opposition Party, dear members of the Parliament, dear ambassadors, presidents, distinguished academics, fellow LSE alumni, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm delighted to welcome you all here on the occasion of today's event, where we aim to explore the future of Greek banking. Unfortunately, the Minister of Economy, Development and Tourism, Mr. George Stathakis, due to urgent last-minute commitments, couldn't be with us. We are especially privileged to have together with us the Vice President of the Opposition Party, Mr. Adonis Georgiadis, who will address the event immediately after. Our initial plan was to have the governmental position on this crucial subject expressed by Mr. Stathakis, and at the same time, the counter-argument by the Vice President. But luckily enough, Mr. Georgiadis, you will be on your own. Please allow me to say a few words about the Hellenic Alumni Association of LSE. It was founded in 1992, and its aim is to serve as the voice of the university's alumni in Greece. Our association has become one of the most active alumni associations among foreign universities in Greece, boasting a significant increase in the number of its members over the years and a strong track record in organizing influential events with the participation of key figures and opinion leaders from the world of politics, business and academia, both from Greece and internationally. By encouraging the active participation of our members, we strengthen peer-to-peer alumni connectivity, foster networking opportunities, and contribute to our members' career development and professional evolution. In 2013, we created the think tank as a means of enriching the activities of our association and contributing to the public debate in our country. The main purpose of the think tank is to promote the rich brain power of the LSE graduates from different fields of expertise. The members of the think tank, through networking and cooperation amongst them, produce key policy papers which outline specific proposals on topics that affect Greece on a domestic and international level. The cover topics of the think tank are economy and growth, politics, social subjects, technology, international relations, and foreign policy. We strongly believe in the potential of the Greek economy, and specifically of the private sector, which soon will prove to be the locomotive of the Greek economy. As the President of the Hellenic Alumni Association of LSE, and on behalf of the Board of Directors, I would like to deeply thank all the volunteers and alumni for their enthusiasm, commitment, and dedication. Their generous contribution is greatly appreciated. Coming to today's event, I would like to thank all the speakers, firstly for traveling from abroad, and secondly, and most importantly, for accepting our invitation to share with us their views on the prospects of the Greek banking sector in such challenging times for our country, the Eurozone, and the world as a whole. We have the honor to have with us George Katzikas, Director of Financial Institutions Group for Europe, Middle East and Africa for UBS, Iosif Kouroukoglu, Director and Head of Investment Banking for Greece and Cyprus for the Bank of America Merrill Lynch, Reza Moghadam, Vice Chairman for Global Capital Markets and Head of Sovereign Debt Coverage for Morgan Stanley, as well as an LSE graduate, Alex Prentner, Managing Director and Head of Financial Institutions Group for Central and Eastern Europe, Middle East and Africa for Citi, George Riadafilou, Executive Director and Head of Investment Banking Services for Greece at Goldman Sachs, and Aris Xenofos, Chief Executive Officer of the Hellenic Financial Stability Fund and an LSE graduate. There are many questions that we hope to answer today. Against the backdrop of rising NPLs, capital controls, and a challenging macro environment, what steps should the Greek banking system take to restore market confidence, repatriate deposits, and restore normality in their interaction with global capital markets? What are the key sectors in which the Greek banks should invest in resources going forward? What are the perspectives of the European banking system and the possible implications for Greece? How could the Greek banks find the right balance between managing their NPL in a socially sensitive and responsible manner, and at the same time protecting their solvency, recovering capital out of distressed loans, and relending that money into the Greek economy? Following a series of capital raisings over the past few years, Greek banks have now solid capital positions, among the best in the European banking sector. Are there any circumstances under which the Greek banking sector will have to undergo a further recapitalization, and what needs to be done in order to avoid this? Which are the views from the international investor community? How can Greek banks become more investable, considering that half of their loans are non-performing? Should there be a good-bad bank separation down the line? There is a lot of discussion about distressed funds seeking to buy back NPLs. Can Greek banks manage the NPL problem on their own, or should they consider partnering up with international private equity capital? Which are the trends in Greek banking changing after the capital controls? For example, proliferation of internet banking has led to less traffic volume in branches. How will the architecture of the Greek banking change in the years to come? What is the role that the Greek government has to play in the Greek banking system? Should the sector become 100% private? What is the right corporate governance model for Greek banks? Our speakers, with their long-lasting experience and expertise, will no doubt try to answer the aforementioned topics. At this point, it will be an unforgiven omission not to thank our sponsors and supporters for their trust. We thank Europe Securities, Hellenic Entrepreneurship Award and Libra Group, KPMG, Elpen, Accurance, and Fudrinko. We thank our supporters, ICAP Group, MSCOM, Blood.gr, and Caridis Labels for their precious help. And last but not least, we thank the National Bank of Greece for making this beautiful auditorium available for the purposes of this event. Please allow me also to thank Sia Koscioni, anchorwoman at Sky TV and LSE graduate, for being with us, and Nikos Chrysoloras, Greece and Cyprus Bureau Chief for Bloomberg, who will coordinate the panel discussion. Thank you very much for your attention. Dear Vice President, thank you again for being with us. The floor is all yours.